Okay, so on Saturday, I was speaking in the afternoon to a bunch of American women in the Women's Prosperity Network about Instagram, because they didn't know much about it. It's not my favorite channel, so hands up. Gary loves Instagram. We obviously use it for our clients, but me personally, it's not my favorite channel. LinkedIn is probably my favorite channel. But let's have a look at Instagram. What should you be doing on Instagram? So I'm just going to share my screen. We're going to go into Instagram. Download that Google My Business thing first before I come off it. All right, so if Instagram is your main channel or your employer's main channel, then there's certain things that you need to be doing on a daily basis. So here's mine. Like I say, it's not my biggest channel. I've got however many multiple thousand followers on LinkedIn. I've got 822 on Instagram. That's because I don't do a lot on Instagram. But I do some stuff, and you know, you want to make your bio a bit funky, get some emojis in it, but also make sure that the main thing that you want people to follow you for is clear in your bio. Yeah, who are you after? What can you help them with? So get your social media tips, training and software here. And then I've got Linktree. So you can have Linktree, or you can have a link to a page on your website. But the advantage of Linktree is you can have as many links as you want there. So when you click on Linktree, I've got book a free strategy call, join our Leading Women in Business community. If you want to book me as a speaker, you know, a coach or trainer, there's some information about our Leading Women in Business group, or put your email in and get weekly tips. There's also then a link to all the other social media platforms and email. Yeah. So Linktree, there's a free version, but it is branded Linktree. The paid for version is only about £5 a month. It's not a lot. You can, of course, create a page that looks like this on your website. If you've got a web developer who can code this up, this could actually be your website contact or call to action page. So go back to Instagram. Make use of the bio. Don't just put the, make use of the URL. You can only have one URL on Instagram unless you've got Instagram shopping. So make use of it. Don't just put your homepage on it, unless your homepage is a landing page that captures people's details, in which case do put it on. You can have some highlights here. Who wants to explain what a highlight is? Who uses highlights for their employer? Nobody? Does nobody use highlights?
Somebody's like
Bethany, like, what do you do?
I put some of the stories, like we've got one specifically for testimonials. Brilliant. So we capture them after we've shared them.
Brilliant, absolutely right. So it's got to be a story. So something you've created as a story, but then once you've created it as a story, you can save it into a highlight. So we've got one for our mastermind group. We've got one for, actually, this is my personal Instagram account. So we've got one, this is my brother's art. So he does amazing pictures of animals. So we've got that as a highlight. Got coaching, we've got Leading Women in Business. We have also got a SMKT Instagram and a Strategy Social Media Instagram and a Leading Women in Business Instagram. So this one is really mine. But like I said, I don't use it much, but just to show you the principles of Instagram. Reels, you should be using Reels. Reels is the newest feature on Instagram. And as I've said before, whenever any of the platforms bring in a new feature, they want you to use it. And if you do use it, they'll give you more reach. Instagram Reels go to everybody who's not your followers, you know, so it's not like putting it on your feed where most of your followers see it. On Reels, it goes to a wide variety of people, and then it's saved on your grid. You can do stuff, I don't know if it's too far back to show you, but you can do 3 grid posts, you can do 9 grid posts, so it's one big picture. You can do you can do various things with your grid to make it look nice, but you should have some sort of theme going. You can change your theme from time to time. So you can see our theme was very much on the dark purple of our logo for a while, our Leader Women in Business logo. But now we've sort of freshened it up. We're picking up some of the lighter colours. So, and obviously you can use a filter on your posts. But the most important thing that you can do on Instagram is, and on any platform really, is create great content and engage with other people. So how do you engage with other people on Instagram? You follow people daily. You might want to unfollow some people who are not real followers, but you want to like and comment on their stuff, not just follow them. Yeah. If you just follow them, some of them might follow you back, but if you like and comment on their stuff, then they will follow you back more frequently. And what you can do when you comment on their stuff is you can say, I love this post, particularly blah, blah, blah. Be specific. Don't just go, great post, because that's boring. Be specific about what you like about the post, and then put, by the way, I've DM'd you. Yeah, and then they'll go over and look at their direct messages. Yeah. So you don't want to DM everybody, but if you see somebody that you think that's definitely somebody that we can help with something, then you can DM them if you've got something to offer. So, this is the O of offer is, what have you got that's free that you could direct them to? Have you got a webinar coming up, an event? Have you got a free download? Or do you just want to say hi? You could just DM them and say, I'm trying to get to know, the people that I follow a little bit better. How are you? What do you do? Just start a conversation, because people might follow you, but they're not going to buy from you until they get to know, like, and trust you. Yeah. So know, like, and trust is very important, but definitely following, liking, commenting every day if Instagram is your main channel. So whose main channel is Instagram for their employer? Casey, Olivia. All right, so coming to you first then, Casey. So what do you do on a daily basis? Tell us who your employer is, what they do, and what you do on Insta.
It's BPS, a private school.
Yes. Okay, and Olivia, what's yours?
A mortgage broker.
Mortgage broker, right. So what kind of activities do you do every day on Instagram?
Who, me? Sorry. So I normally go on Canva, and I make, we've got a brand kit that we have to use.
Right.
But my boss has asked for things, when you said to put things in like grids and stuff, she's asked for it to look the same like throughout every post. So when I first started posting, I was doing like whatever was relevant, but now I'm trying to make things look the same. So I'm working on Canva quite a lot, and then everything that she wants on Instagram at the moment, she wants on Facebook. So we did have the link, but like on the other Zoom calls, they said to remove the link. So
the link
between Facebook and Instagram. So as soon as obviously the only thing is the hashtags for me. I don't like a lot of hashtags on Facebook.
That's right.
So I delete the link and then I post it on Facebook privately.
Okay, but as I don't know if you were here when we were doing this earlier, but you don't need to post it unless, well, let's have a look. Socially sorted. Where were we? Here we were. On Socially Sorted, when you create a post, which you can do on Socially Sorted through Canva, so you create the post, you go to Canva.
Can you use Socially Sorted without your boss then?
Yes.
Because I've asked her to obviously, because we need her to approve and stuff, but she's just not replying to that part.
Okay, so your bosses don't have access to Socially Sorted if you are in a shared area. Yeah. have your own area, then they have access. So what you should be doing is creating your, let me just do that again. So you create your post in Canva. It will link to Canva. So go to Socially Sorted, go to Canva, save the media within Canva, and it will bring it directly into Socially Sorted. So you don't have to download it, save it, upload it. It just brings it in there. Yeah. And then when you go to your captions, yeah. You click
I
on,
remember this part.
yeah, you click on this, and then you can amend it. So on Instagram, you can add your 30 hashtags, but on Facebook, you might just want to add a couple of hashtags or none. Yeah. And then when the software picks up that you want to post to Facebook, it'll post this version. And when it picks up you want to post to Instagram, it'll pick this version. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Are you doing the engagement work? Are you following, unfollowing, liking?
I'm doing loads of liking, but I don't want the followers to go higher than who's following. So I'm trying to, like,
so you can delete followers.
yeah, because
Okay.
at the moment we've got more followers.
Okay.
So I'm trying to follow as many more. I'm following people. So
okay. So then what I would say is every day unfollow 40 and follow 20 new ones.
okay.
So that you're net 20 better off, 20 less on your followers. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. And in order to find people to follow, how do you find people to follow?
I go on to somebody else's, so another mortgage broker, and I'd go through what theirs are. I'm quite obviously where I'm new to the actual business itself, I don't know anything about mortgages and stuff myself. So I feel like going onto other accounts and learning things will help me as well.
That is a good idea. So yeah, go to competitor accounts and then go follow their followers, but the ones that are active. So ones that are commenting or liking or whatever on the others' posts, go follow them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Who's doing reels? Anybody doing reels? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will be once
You
we
will
get
be,
some
Ellie.
content captured.
Okay. All right. So for the rest of you, you need to be doing reels. Yeah. So at least one a week. So Hannah Waits will tell you this. She's got a thumb up in the bottom of the screen there. We did a load of posting from an event for Hannah's boss Cheryl a few weeks ago, and it got a certain amount of responses. Then we did a reel, and it just knocked it out the park. So you've got to be doing reels, at least one a week. Do a reel a week. Yeah. So Jack says, wasn't there a problem with Linktree a while back? Yeah, occasionally Linktree goes funny, but not for very long, and then they sort it out. So an alternative to Linktree is, like I say, get a developer to code up a page on your website that looks like Linktree. It has all your calls to action on, so people can go on there and go, oh yeah, I want to book an appointment, or oh yeah, I want to come to the next event, or whatever it is. Cool. Any other questions about LinkedIn, about Instagram? Just trying to think what we talked about on Saturday.
I've got a question.
Yes.
Does it make a difference if you put it on a story or a reel? Obviously the reels stay there, the stories obviously go, but how often should you post on your story? So
you should be posting on stories really every day, because they do get more traction than normal posts, but they do disappear. So, and reels don't disappear. So that, you've got longevity, and reels go out to a bunch of people who don't know you. So it might bring new people in. Hannah Waits, you've got your hand up.
I was going to ask, I've been getting a lot of bots recently, like iPhone tags and send to so-and-so. I was just wondering if you had any advice for that.
Unfollow them or
they're not people we follow.
Okay, all right.
You can
Um,
block them in your keywords.
oh, very good. Who was that?
Me,
Who's me? Oh, Ellie.
Ellie.
Do you want to explain to people how to do that, Ellie?
Yep, so you can go into settings on Instagram, and you can select keywords so you can block out comments. So sometimes it stops them, sometimes it just doesn't flag up to you. It's just spam accounts, and always obviously report and block the account.
Everybody get that? Yeah. Report, block the account and set it up in your settings. Thank you, Ellie. Rebecca.
With Reels, obviously, because I'm working from home and the guys in the office are like miles away, it would be really hard for me to get a reel done because I'm relying on them doing it for me. So how would you advise going about that?
So it doesn't have to be a reel of, it doesn't have to be a video of them necessarily. You know, it could be, I mean, who's done reels that's not, or you could get them to send you some stuff and you can then edit it, of course. That's what we did for Cheryl. We put together, it was a speaking event. So Hannah put together little tiny clips of some of the speakers and mashed them together as a reel. So it doesn't have to be like you're recording it now and it's going out as a reel. You can put it together and then put it out. So who's done other stuff as reels? Anybody done anything that's not live video as a reel?
Yeah, I've done like a reel just talking about resilience from someone
Okay.
speaking on TikTok, and that got like over 3,000 views.
Yeah, very nice, Kafil. Well done. So you pinch something from TikTok, basically.
Yeah.
And did it as a reel. I love it. So there's all sorts of different ways you can do a reel. Yeah. You know, so just play around with it. Play around with it. Do a how-to something. What's your employer again?
Superstar Sport.
Okay, great. So there must be loads of video that they've done at a previous time.
Not that they've sent to me. I mean, I could probably get them to sort of like record their sessions with the kids, but obviously with that you have to have permission for the kids to be on the socials, so it's a bit difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd probably put together just a little tips, get the guys to come up with some tips or things you can do with your kids for better health or whatever, and just put it together as a moving post.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? You can, of course, regram. Has anybody regrammed? Nobody's regrammed. Well, there you go. I didn't think that would be the case. So regramming is basically Instagram's version of sharing on, you know, on Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook. Obviously, you have to ask permission, or at the very least, tag the original creator in. But if you've got, you know, if you've got clients who are very active on Instagram, for example, your employer's got current clients, you could contact them and say, you know, I'm gonna regram one of your posts. Is that all right? So anything that you think your audience would like, but it can show some love to your customers. Yeah. So there's an app. Well, there's loads of apps you can get on. I'm trying to think of the one that I use. I'm on iPhone, and there's several regram apps. So basically, what you do is it takes the image, the original image from the creator's Instagram account, and then you can repost it with a comment and a shout out to that person. So it's a good way of showing you, like I say, your customers some love. Or if you've got you know, a friend who's an influencer who's got lots of followers, you could ask if that's all right if you regram something that they've done, or if they'd regram something that you've done. So just look it up, regramming. I'll see if I can find some training on regramming and upload it to Instagram, to the training. Any other questions on Instagram?
I've got one.
Yeah.
The other day, this was on my personal Instagram.
Yeah.
But I posted a video and it went obviously straight to a reel, and the song, I got an email to say that it was something to do with copyright or something. So do you have to actually make the reel on Instagram? You can't like post it like once it's made.
No, you can post it, but you have to be careful about music.
Yeah.
It's like I got the same thing on Facebook. My son is wicked guitarist, rock guitarist. He's only 18 and he's just astonishingly good. And I videoed him at an event where he was playing, and I put it on my Facebook, and I got a message from Facebook saying, no, you can't like do that because it's Megadeth's blah blah blah. They actually thought it was Megadeth. It's that good. They actually thought it was the original song. So yeah, you have to be careful when you're using other music that it might be copyright. So generally anything you'll find on Canva is not copyright. The music on Canva is not copyright, but anything else that you use, you have to be careful because there's copyright all over the place.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else come across that?
You can generally find the audio you want by searching in the Reels audio section.
There you go. Say that again, Ellie.
You can generally find the audio that you're looking to use by searching. When you go into Reels and you click on the audio, you can search in there for specifics.
Yeah. Like I said, anywhere that you can create video should have copyright-free music. Anything else? No problem. Okay. All right. Well, I may be suffering from COVID brain, but I can't think of anything else that I wanted to talk to you about today. So we'll upload this to the Bootcamp, of course, and I'll go and find something for regramming as well that we can upload. And anything else that you want, let us know in terms of training. Tomorrow is Twitter. We started our business 7 years ago on Twitter, so we'll have lots to talk about tomorrow about Twitter. People don't make the mistake of thinking that Twitter's dead. It's far from dead, and it's very useful for specific things. So looking forward to talking to you about Twitter tomorrow. And meanwhile, have a good day. Those who need to stay. So who needs to stay? Olivia, you've got your hand up. I'm coming back to you. So Casey, you're staying. Henry Lee, please stay. Olivia, what did you want to ask? And Layla. Olivia first.
Sorry, I didn't realise it was still up.
Oh, still up. Okay. Layla.
Thank you.
No problem.
I just had a question from my boss
Yeah.
about the linking social medias.
About,
So
sorry?
linking social medias.
Okay.
So I sent him the link and everything, and he linked them up. But he just asked why the platform Google My Business required ownership permission and not just manager's permission. Obviously, I have no idea, so I just thought I'd ask you.
Is it Google? I thought it was Facebook that needs.
He said the question relates to Google My Business. I forgot to mention.
Okay. Unfortunately, our Google My Business expert Gary is not here today. But I would think it's to prevent fraud. Some of them are more like on Facebook. You do have to be an admin to connect the page. You can't just be a manager. It's probably the same on Google.
Okay, I'll just let him know that then. That's great. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, everybody else. See you tomorrow.